Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there, kids. How are you doing? Welcome to today's class. Today is going to be the fourth class of our painting sessions that we've been going ahead and having as part of our ULU courses. I am so excited to have you here today because you're going to be going ahead and painting a tree today. And it's not just going to be some ordinary tree. We're going to be going ahead and painting a really colorful tree, which I am super excited and pumped to go ahead and actually paint with you all today. Now, before we actually jump into the class and discuss about all of the materials and everything that you need for today's class, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the certificate program as well as your submissions. So firstly, coming to the certificate program, like you all know, you're getting certificates for the work that you're going ahead and doing. So all you need to just keep in mind is A, don't go ahead and miss any of your submissions, and B, don't go ahead and miss any of your classes. If you attend all of your classes and go ahead and do all of your submissions, then what will happen is we'll automatically have a record of all of your work, giving us the perfect reason to give you a certificate. Now, I, in my previous classes, have spoken to you so much about the need and necessity of why you should go ahead and get a certificate. It is so important. So I'm not going to really dwell into that right now, but just make sure to go ahead and take this chance of, getting the certificate. Now, apart from that, I want to go ahead and talk to you about the submissions. Now, like you all know, we're giving you this fun, motivating factor to be picked as part of the top 10 if you go ahead and actually do your submission and do it well, so then you get showcased on our platform. But even apart from that, whether you're doing a good job, bad job, you've not had a good day, probably, maybe you've done a wonderful day and you've done an amazing job, I want you to go ahead and do your submission. Now, the reason being is because I, as a teacher, and you, as a student, have to focus on one main thing, which is progress. We have to go ahead and look into whether you are going ahead and learning what we want you to go ahead and learn. So, from the first class, second class, third class, fourth class, we have to go ahead and look at that progress. And how do we kind of go ahead and look at that progress? We go ahead and look at the progress by looking at your work. What is the improvement in your work? Whether you've done a better job, whether you've done a not so okay job, what is it that you've gone ahead and done as part of your classes is what we need to go ahead and look at. So that is going to be showcased in only in your submission. So just make sure, irrespective of how you're done, do your submissions, because there's always improvement, there's always a scope for improvement. So go ahead and do it, so I, as a teacher, can go ahead and look into it. Now, coming to today's class, like I mentioned, we're going to be going ahead and painting a pretty tree. It's going to be a very colorful tree today that we're going ahead and painting. Now, like always, you can go ahead and do whatever colors you like, so make sure of that. And now let's go ahead and get started with the list of materials that that we need as part of today's class. The first thing that you need for today's class is going to be a sheet of a paper. So here I have a nice thick sheet of a paper with me. Now you can go ahead and take any sheet of paper that you have with you at home. But one recommendation that I will definitely have for you coming to the sheet of paper is that I want you to have a nice thick sheet of paper. So if you've ever looked at your sheets of paper that you have lying around at home, you might have some sheets that tend to be very thin. For example, your A4 size sheet of paper or any of your ruled sheets of paper tend to be very thin, versus if you have a drawing book, journal book, or a sketchbook, you'll notice that the sheet of paper is very thick. So the thicker the sheet of paper, the better your painting is going to look. Now the reason is because every single time you use paint on your sheet of paper, whether it is watercolors, whether you're going ahead and using acrylic paint, whatever it is, you are using some form of water onto your sheet of paper, and that water can go ahead and tear your sheet of paper. So make sure you have a nice thick sheet of paper with you. The next thing that you need as part of today's class is going to be a set of colors. Now, the set of colors that I have here is the DOM Student Watercolor Cakes. The colors that I have here with me today are white, black, pink, brown, dark blue, purple, light blue, red, orange, dark green, light green, and yellow. The next thing that you need is going to be a paintbrush. You can go ahead and take any paintbrush that you have with you at home. The paintbrush that I am using is going to be a Faber-Castell synthetic paintbrush, which is in the size 6. Now you can go ahead and use any paintbrush of your choice depending on how big your sheet of paper is and how big you go ahead and do your drawing. Now, since today we're going to be going ahead and drawing a tree, it wouldn't really matter what size you're using, but one thing that I would definitely make sure of is that it is a synthetic brush because it will be easier to go ahead and work with. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a jug of water. The jug of water basically is for you to go ahead and dip your brush in order to clean it, as well as take water whenever you're going ahead and working with the paint. The last thing that you need for today's class is going to be obviously a pencil. The pencil is going to be for you to go ahead and draw out or sketch out the work that we're going to go ahead and do. Now, as part of today's drawing, what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and only draw the major stalk part or the major trunk part of the tree. Now, the reason we're only going ahead and drawing the trunk part of the tree is basically because everything else we're going to go ahead and do directly with paint. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be going ahead and doing a very colorful tree. So here you can go ahead and pick and choose whatever colors you like. So let's get started. Take your pencil and let's go. So the first thing that you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and take your pencil and draw the trunk. For this, what I want you to go ahead and do is to go ahead and draw two simple lines coming out from the bottom. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and done two simple lines right there at the bottom. So I'm going to wait for you. You can see I sort of went into a hurry and did everything in one shot and did not wait for you guys. But just make sure to go ahead and draw two straight lines as the trunk, and then you can go ahead and do the rest of the lines that I'm going ahead and doing right here. Good job, everybody. Very well done. Excellent. Perfect. Very well done. Amazing job. Great. Perfect. So I can see most of you have gone ahead and drawn the tree trunk. Now the next step after the tree trunk is going to be to go ahead and draw the branches all around. Now the branches here, I want it to be really big. I wanted to go ahead and extend all the way to the end of the page. Now the reason is because I'm going to go ahead and do a whole big tree with paint coming all around. So it's going to be a colorful tree with paint all around. So I want my branches to reach all the way to the end of the sheet. Now here you can go ahead and draw the branches the way you like it to be. You don't exactly have to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm just basically going ahead and drawing a few bigly lines basically coming out here and there. And you can follow the same technique. You can go ahead and do many wiggly lines, or you can go ahead and do maybe 4 or 5 wiggly lines. It's completely up to you. Just make sure to do a bunch of wiggly lines and make it look nice and neat. So if you look at mine, I've gone ahead and done 1, 2, 3, 4 main lines. And in the main lines, out of 3 of them, I've gone ahead and done a few branches coming out here and there. But again, completely up to you, as long as you can go ahead and draw the branches. I'm looking at everybody's work and you've done such a wonderful job. Really, really, really well done. I'm going to be waiting here for a second, making sure all of you have gone ahead and finished up your trees. So if you've gone ahead and made any mistake, or you've gone ahead and drawn something that you're not very happy about, that is, you're not really liking the shape of your trunk, then go ahead and erase it out, because now we're going to actually jump into the painting part. The drawing part for this piece is only this much. It's actually very, very little drawing. So make sure to go ahead and just finish up this much perfectly. Excellent job, everybody. Very, very, very well done. Really happy with your work. Great. Amazing job. Really well done. Perfect. All right, so all of you have gone ahead and finished up with your tree trunk. So now we can go ahead and move on to the paint portion of it. Now for painting this, we want to go ahead and first start off by coloring or painting in our tree trunk. For this, we're going to go ahead and take black paint, and we're going to go ahead and add it on to what we have gone ahead and drawn. Now for this, if you feel like you want to go ahead and use a sketch pen instead of going ahead and using paint, then you can definitely go ahead and do so. Now, the reason I'm giving you this option right here is because the lines of the branches are on the thinner side. That is, they're really, really, really small. So it might be a little hard for you to go ahead and do it with a brush. So here you can go ahead and take a paint, you can go ahead and take a sketch pen instead of a paintbrush. So all of those who are actually using paint, take a little bit of water onto your brush, mix it up onto your paint, and have your paint ready. All right, I think everybody's set to go. Let's start. So taking our paint, and we're going to go ahead and start painting the trunk as well as the branches in. So here you can see I'm slowly going ahead and doing this. Take your time in going ahead and doing this. There is no rush and there's no hurry while going ahead and doing this. You want to go ahead and take your time to finish this up. Really well done, everybody. Excellent job. Wonderful work. Perfect. Really well done. Amazing. You can also go ahead and add in a few thinner lines here and there if you want. Now that part is completely optional. If you feel like you want to go ahead and add it in, then you can go ahead and add it in. But if you feel like, no, I really like how my tree is looking like that only, then you can go ahead and do it like that only. Good job, everybody. For all of those who are doing it sketch pen, beautiful, beautiful work. I can see how beautifully you're going ahead and drawing the tree. So much intricacy in terms of your branches as well as your trunk. Really well done. For all of those who are doing it with paint, go ahead, take your time and do it. There's no hard and fast rule that you have to do it really, really fast. You can go ahead and take your time while doing this. Excellent, excellent job, everybody. Well done. Perfect. Good, good, good job. Well done. All right, so while you guys are still going ahead and finishing up your black part, I'm going to go ahead and give you further instructions on what we're going to go ahead and do next. Now, for the next part of our picture, we want to go ahead and do all of the leaves that are part of the tree branches as well as the tree itself. So for this, what we're going to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and create a rainbow or a multicolored basically tree. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going ahead and starting from the left hand side. So from the left hand side, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and start with the color of my choice. For me, I'm picking pink, and I'm going to go ahead and do a small patch of pink. Then I'm going to do a small patch of red. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a small patch of orange, then a little bit of yellow, then a little bit of green, and then ending with a little bit of blue. Now, since I'm going to be going ahead and doing it in that pattern, if you have all of those colors, then you can definitely go ahead and do it in the same pattern. But if you feel like you do not have all of the colors and you have a few lesser colors, then you can go ahead and use the lesser number of colors. But again, this is completely up to you as based on the number of colors you have. And the technique that we're going to be basically using is we're going to go ahead and take our paintbrush and go ahead and do sort of like a dots to kind of fill up one whole area. And that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do with all of our colors. So that portion I want you to go ahead and take your time and do, because you're going to be going ahead and using multiple colors. So go ahead and do your dot pattern slowly, wash your brush, then do the next color, then wash your brush and do your next color. You can, like I said, follow the number of colors I am using, or you can go ahead and take the number of colors you want to go ahead and use. Completely up to you. I can see most of you have finished up with your tree. So excellent, excellent job. And now we can move on to the next step. The first color, like I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and start off with a little bit of pink. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and taken a little bit of water and mixed it up with my pink color. Now here, if you feel like you do not have pink, but you still want to go ahead and use it, then you can go ahead and take a little bit of red, and you can go ahead and take a little bit of white and mix it up with a little bit of water, and you will have your beautiful pink color ready. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and take a pink color onto our brush. And like I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and start dotting it out. Like I said, I'm going to be going ahead and starting out on my left hand side, wherein I'm going to go ahead and do a few dot, 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 dot like this. And I'm going to go ahead and start applying it. So make sure you don't go ahead and do a huge portion as pink or any color that is that you're going to be going ahead and adding in. Don't do a huge portion of it if you want to go ahead and add in multiple colors. If you feel like no, you want to just go ahead and add in like a set of few colors, then you can obviously go ahead and take in more space. But if you want to go ahead and add in the number of colors that I am going ahead and adding in, then add it in small portions. I can see all of your work and you're doing so well. Excellent, excellent job, everybody. Very well done. Perfect. Amazing. Great. I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished up with your first color. I can see some of you are going ahead and doing a little bit more than, the small required amount. And I can see some of you have already gone ahead and moved on to your next color. So let's go ahead and start doing our next color. The next color I'm going to be going ahead and using is a red color. You can go ahead and use whatever color you like of your choice. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of red, and I'm going to follow the same technique. I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of dots here and there. So go ahead, start adding this in. Slowly go ahead and add this in. You don't really have to be fast with this. You can go ahead and take your time while going ahead and adding it in. Excellent work, everybody. Very well done. Good job. Perfect. And I'm gone ahead and finished up with my red. Very well done. Excellent. Good job, everybody. Very well done. Excellent. So some of you must be wondering, if I do not have red color, then what can I use? Unfortunately, there is no way of actually going ahead and mixing red colors. You can go ahead and use any other color that you have. Let's say if you have a dark maroon or you have an orange color, then you can replace your red with that. That will work perfectly well. Amazing. All right. So the next color that I'm going ahead and going to use is a little bit of orange. If you do not have orange as part of your palette, then you can go ahead and mix up your orange as well. For mixing up your orange, you need to take a little bit of red and you need to take a little bit of yellow and mix it up, and you'll get a beautiful orange color, and then start applying it onto your tree. So you can see I'm adding in my orange, and look at how beautiful it's looking. Isn't it looking amazing? Really well done, everybody. Good job. And there I have my orange done. So look at how that transition is looking from pink to red to orange. Excellent job, everybody. Very well done. And if you feel like no, you want to go ahead only stick to these colors, then you can go ahead and actually do the same colors again and again. Like I've done pink, red, and orange. You can again do another set of pink, red, and orange. But instead, if you want to flip into some other colors, like I will, then you can go ahead and move on to other colors as well. Completely up to you. Just make it look beautiful and colorful. Good job, everybody. Very well done. Perfect. Amazing. All right. So since we've gone ahead and finished up with our orange, we can move on to the next color. The next color I'm going to be going ahead and using is a little bit of yellow. Here you can go ahead and use in any other replacement color if you do not have yellow. Again, unfortunately, if you don't have yellow as part of your palette, then you cannot go ahead and mix yellow in any other form or way. So you'll have to go ahead and, have it in your palette. So if you don't have it, you can obviously just go ahead and replace it with any other color. Now, right now, our leaf on this side is looking very autumny. It's looking very fall-like right now. And look at how beautiful it's looking. Very good job with all of you who are going ahead and doing this. Very, very, very pretty looking trees. I can see some of you have gone ahead and picked out different colors. Some of you have even purple trees, and it's looking so beautiful. You have actually lavender, colored leaves. Sorry, lavender colored trees in areas like Japan and stuff, and it looks exactly like how you're going ahead and painting. So beautiful, beautiful job. All right, so I can see since all of you have gone ahead and finished up your yellow with me, we can move on to our next color. The next color we are going to be going ahead and using is green. Now, if you don't have your green color, then you can go ahead and mix it up. For green, you can go ahead and take a little bit of yellow, and you can go ahead and take in a little bit of blue and mix it up, and you will end up getting a beautiful, beautiful green. Now, depending on how much yellow you add in and depending on how much, blue you add in, the color will become dark or light. So be careful while mixing it up in order to get a beautiful, beautiful color. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and added in my green using the same technique, and my tree is almost full. I just have that last branch sort of sitting over there left over to be filled up with the color. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be going ahead and doing blue right there. I'm just going to wait here for a second, making sure all of you have gone ahead and finished up with your beautiful, beautiful colors till now. Excellent job, everybody. Well done. Looking so beautiful. Very, very well done. Good job. Great. All right. So I can see all of you have gone ahead and finished up till this step with me. So let's move on to the last color, which is going to be blue. Again, blue is a primary color. So if you don't have a blue with you, then you may not be able to go ahead and mix it up. So you can go ahead and replace it for any color, other color that you have with you at home. But if you have a beautiful blue color, then you can obviously go ahead and use that blue itself. Perfect. Look at how beautiful our tree is looking. It's come together so beautifully and so nicely. Isn't it looking amazing? Very well done, everybody. Excellent, excellent job. Great. Perfect. All right. So one thing that I want you to go ahead and keep in mind is that I don't want you to go ahead and move the sheet of paper from wherever you've gone ahead and painted it. You can see that since you've added so many colors right next to each other, if you move it around, the colors may sort of move into each other and make your sheet kind of merge into one another and make it look very dirty. So don't go ahead and move your colors into each other and don't disrupt it. It might look dirty and it might mess up your sheet of paper. So make sure to let it dry completely. A trick for drying your sheet of paper once you're done painting is to go ahead and use a hair dryer, or move a fan towards your painting so that it dries out really, really well. And don't touch your piece of paper as well, because it can make your paint sort of bleed into each other and make it really, really dirty. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Now, though it looks like we're almost done with this painting, I added a small final touch to make this painting look a little bit better, which is I went ahead and took a little bit of brown and I added in onto the ground of my tree. Now, this part is optional. If you want to go ahead and do it, you can do it. If you feel like, no, you don't want to go ahead and do it, that's also completely all right. If you do not have a brown with you at home, then you can go ahead and mix up your brown color. To mix up your brown color, you need a little bit of red and you need a little bit of green. But let's say you do not have these two colors and you cannot make brown and you don't have brown either, then you can obviously go ahead and take a little bit of black and add it in as well. That will also look beautiful. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and adding in sort of like a line of brown, making it look a little bit more full, making it look like our picture has like a nice ground at the bottom. Excellent job, everybody. Very, very, very well done. So beautiful. All of your work is looking really, really amazing. Perfect. Great. Really well done. Beautiful. I'm looking at all of your colorful trees. Some of you have blue trees, some of you have green trees, some of you have the rainbow tree like I do. Beautiful. Amazing, amazing job, everybody. Excellent. All right. So I can see that all of you have gone ahead and finished up with your trees alongside me. And that was really, really fun, wasn't it? I had a great time going ahead and painting this tree out with you. If you still have any spots or spaces that you've not gone ahead and filled up with paint, then go ahead and fill it up with paint. Even now, you still have a little bit of a time where you can go ahead and mix up any color of your choice and fill it up. The submission for today's class is going to be obviously to click a picture of the tree that you've gone ahead and painted right now and just upload it. That's going to be your homework. Now, before we end today's class, a couple of things I definitely want to go ahead and discuss. Firstly, don't go ahead and miss any of your submissions. I want to see all of your submissions because I want to see the progress you're making. Next, go ahead and take part as part of the certificate program. You're automatically getting a certificate by attending all of the classes and by going ahead and doing your submission. So do not miss out. All right, great. So I'm going to go ahead and see you guys in the next class. I hope you had fun as much as I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions.